I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money. I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady.
Welcome. This is I Look Good Naked podcast, and I am Terri J. Vaughn.
I am Cas. We're just gonna, the other podcast I said all my name, but from this one, moving forward, just Cas.
She's just Cas.
I'm just Cas.
So this is I Look Good Naked podcast, and I am Terri J. Vaughn, and this is just Cas.
There you go. It's a good intro. And what are we talking about today? What's happening? What's happening in the world today? Oh, Cass's quote. So I love quotes. As if you've listened to the other ones, you would know that. Mm-hmm. So my quote today.
What's your quote?
Is, we are all born naked, the rest is just drag. RuPaul.
We are all born naked.
I love RuPaul.
The rest is just drag.
Yes. So what that quote means to me is we all put on costumes every day to reinvent ourselves.
Okay.
That's all we do.
I like that.
It's all drag. And so we constantly are reinventing ourselves. So if you're a Wall Street guy and you're on Wall Street and you're wearing your suit, you're pretending to be this, you got to look like Wall Street. Yeah. If you're a hip hopper, a lot of those guys don't. That's a costume. They aren't that way. Thugs aren't always thugs.
So do we have costumes right now?
He's really smart and he's really intelligent, and people just know him to be this pimp because that's his kind of costume. So
do we have on costumes right now? Is all I'm saying.
We do not have on costumes right now, but we do, because now we're kind of in this podcast. I didn't do my podcast voice, but
thank God. Thank God.
My podcast voice is a little lower. The octave is like this. It's very, very
annoying.
It's not annoying
to me,
to Terri, but this is not for her. So anyway, I just think people put on these masks to be something, someone else. And we can't help it because we want to fit in. It's kind of like I always want to sit at the cool table. I know I may not be a cool kid, but I'm going to put on the costume to be the cool kid to sit at the cool table. And
it's almost like the fake it till you make it thing.
Almost like, but then once you faked it so long, now you've just become that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it's a really cool thing to. I like the quote. I just like the quote because I think it's true.
I'm happy that you like the quote.
I do. You don't like the quote?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
I get it.
Just
I like
making
it.
sure.
I mean, I wouldn't probably re-say it, but or repeat
Hold for me.
it.
It's bothering me, Cas.
My hair?
Yeah, right here.
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because I have new growth.
That's okay. No, I didn't. I was like, I didn't know if you wanted to be like.
I don't care.
Okay. Yeah. I was like,
It's dreads. It's free.
I didn't want you to be like, Linda, you didn't say nothing about my hair.
I know, right? I would have said that, but I would have just been giving you a hard time.
Okay. All right. And we're back rolling in 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I probably will never.
You probably wouldn't repeat that. We're all born naked. The rest is just drag, honey.
No, I mean, I really do like it.
Yeah. Well, I like it.
I do.
I think RuPaul says some profound things every now and then. I like him. Yeah, but
I'm
that's
happy you do.
Another story for another day. Okay. Did you know I was looking up a feminist podcast and he was in the top one, which that's another story for another day.
I think he's feminist as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, here we go with the shirt. She's just gonna wear this shirt. I don't think you should ever change the shirt. I think you should wear this shirt for every single podcast.
I'm just gonna order a couple. Let me see.
That we
start sweating. I'm just gonna order a few.
You know, in our podcast, we like to talk about women. We like to celebrate women.
We do like to celebrate women. And we're not liking men because
we love
obviously
we love
some men. But
we do. And I don't think the world should be without them. Some women do, but I
don't think women think.
There are some women that really are like
that the world should be without men.
Yep. Of course, those are the ones that don't really like dicks either. So that's another whole story.
But then we would not have people if we would not have both men and women.
I concur. But I do know women that are just like, fuck men, I wish they weren't around. I have heard women say that.
But they don't mean it that way. No. They mean that they just don't want them around them. They
Point
can be in the world, but get the fuck away from them.
We like them and we want them around us. So that's not our story. However.
Not that we like a lot at one time all around us. We like our husbands.
Now she got to clarify. Now she got to try to clean it up.
I got to put
I'm a girl's dude. Yeah, you got to put your drag on. I like hanging around dudes. My husband knows I like hanging around dudes because dudes sometimes have a little less
drama.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I always wanted, because I was the oldest girl. It was just me and my sister. Mm-hmm. And I always wished I had an older brother. So I would, all the guys in the neighborhood, I would always like try to be their little sister.
See, I grew up with 5 boy cousins, and they literally, I could walk to their house, and so I had 5 older brothers. The youngest,
That's
or the
dope.
second to the youngest, my heart, Vaughn, was just in that family, and Derek, Tony, the Quincy.
So you don't like them?
Yeah, no, I'm just naming all of them. But so I felt like I had older brothers, and then I actually have a younger
That's
brother,
nice.
Johnny.
Yeah,
So I was around guys all the time. Most of all my cousins were boys, but so we love boys. But we love to uplift women. We love to talk about women.
We do.
And women need to be talked about because a lot of times we aren't talked about. We're overlooked.
We are.
So-
And I just, I love being able to celebrate and support.
Yes.
Like, I was thinking,
Support. This is like Jasmine. I don't want.
She's doing a little dance move right now, for those of you that can't see.
Yeah.
I love Jasmine. I spoke
Okay.
to her today, as a matter of fact, I have to tell you.
All right.
I was saying that I love women and I love showing support for them, and I try to do that I do. I show my support on my
Get it out.
social media platforms.
Get it out.
I'm always like, posting, support this, watch this movie.
You are. Oh my God, you
this
are.
person in. And then I was thinking the other day, I was like,
Who supports you?
I
Who
don't know
warms
anybody.
the sun?
I don't think anybody's like
That's been my
telling people
quote.
to support my shit. And then I have to check myself.
Because people
And
do. We do have supporters.
No, we do, but I can't move or not move
Right.
based on what other people are
Right.
doing. It's like if I'm supporting you and I'm
Supporting
hosting
you.
for you, I'm doing it because that's how I
You
feel.
support unconditionally.
Yes, and I'm not gonna
Yes.
base it on. She didn't post my movie. She's not. I can't do that.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'll
good,
keep
'cause then you
being
won't be
who I am,
supported.
and
Don't
yeah.
let the people change
Yes,
you.
I'm
Yeah.
a supportive woman,
She
and
is.
that is what I do.
Yep.
Whether it's
That's how we
reciprocated
started. That's why
or
we
not.
started our business.
That's right.
That's why. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
But people do support you.
I do. I have
People
some
do. You have
people.
amazing.
We have amazing
There are
friends,
people in
yeah.
our tribe who are amazing.
Yeah.
And they support us all the time, even when they don't know what we're doing. they're still
And
big
there's-
enough. They know
and
holiday.
we have just a huge, even our fan base and
Yes.
followers. It's like the ones that are down, they are so down.
They are
They're like,
so
we want another girlfriends.
down.
We want another this. When are you doing this? They're very supportive. So we appreciate you guys. We
Right.
do.
We
We
do.
love you. The ladies of Nina Holiday Entertainment really appreciate and love you.
Really.
And we'll keep working and fighting a good fight for you.
Right. We'll get better for you.
Yes,
Yes.
we will. So I love that. We have to do our Woman of the Week. And I really need to put my glasses on. I
Oh
was
my God.
thinking
Zora Neale Hurston.
that. Jeez.
Zora Neale Hurston is our Woman of the Week. I love Zora Neale Hurston.
Yes.
I'm a writer of
Isn't she
7
from the Bay Area?
from 7 books. I don't know. I have 7 books. And I love the name so much that I actually named one of my very good friends, his daughter. Her name is Zora Cokes. Shout out to Zora and Zion.
Yay.
And she was named after Zora Neale Hurston. But what I like about, she wrote plays, she wrote poems, she wrote books, but Their Eyes Are Watching God, that was...
I think she's from San Francisco.
She may be. She
I
may
think
be
so.
from San Francisco.
I'm from San Francisco, which is why I'm so set tripping on here.
Oh, okay. I don't know, but we could find that out quickly. We need producers. Producers, can you guys research Zora Neale Hurston's birthplace?
Where she's from or where she grew up or something.
I like being able to talk to the pie in the sky producers.
Yeah.
Like we're on a real news show or something.
Right, where'd she grow up?
She grew up in Evanstonville, Florida.
No,
Oh,
she's
sure.
not from the Bay Area.
I think.
Okay, Terri
I
just
think
wants
she did
everybody cool to
something.
be from the Bay Area. Anyway,
I do.
I remember reading Their Eyes Are Watching God, and then when I later on in life became a writer, I said, I want to write something really serious. So this goes back to my quote of All Naked, Drag. And I tried my hardest to sit down and write something that was prolific and that would be in history books.
This is
and
already
that-
comical.
that would be in colleges and students would study it and it would just be amazing.
I think
and that would be it.
That's where you fucked up.
And that's when I was like, I'm not Zora Neale Hurston.
Well,
I'm not Alice Walker. I'm not Maya Angelou. I'm not any
You're
of these
Cass
amazing
fucking
women.
Seeger.
I am.
And I think that because you were trying to write to do
I was
that,
trying to put my costume on.
it's not going to work.
And it doesn't work.
And I don't think these women
They didn't.
sought to
They
be.
didn't. They didn't.
They just wrote what was in their
They
heart.
just wrote what was in their
write
heart.
what's in your heart.
But my
lovely
heart
lady.
was not deep enough, in my opinion. My heart was too funny. I was like,
And that's. Do you know how much the world needs laughter
I know.
and fun?
and that's why
and
my
how
first book
healing
was
that
funny.
is?
And that's why you read it, and that's,
And that's
why you
why
loved
I
it.
loved it.
But back to Zora Neale Hurston. We love everything about her.
Read her stuff.
Oh, we got to read her stuff. So sorry. Spent her early years studying. I feel like when you
Don't
this
do
issue-
that. Do not.
I wanna put
go
my-
into-
my
Mm-mm.
reading
Don't put
voice
on that
on.
that clothes. Don't put on that wardrobe drag.
Zora Neale Hurston spent her early years studying and collecting folklore throughout the South and the Caribbean.
They're not going to listen and take it in if you do it in that
And
voice.
she worked, I'm just reading this part of
Just
this
read
voice.
it.
And she worked to record the stories and tales of many cultures, particularly African American. In the 1920s, Harlem apartment was.
And then
I don't know.
They're going to turn
They're
off the
not.
podcast if you talk like that.
She did social gatherings with the Harlem Renaissance. Let me just give you the bullets. She worked with Langston Hughes on a play, penned several other plays in her lifetime. And her most famous novel was Their Eyes Are Watching God, 1937, while studying voodoo practices in Haiti.
Ooh,
Yeah.
put a voodoo on your ass.
She probably could have done that. She was friends with Alice Walker, I think, or Alice Walker helped revive her writings in 1975. They weren't friends. Different time to time. Yeah.
Were you just making up stuff?
Yeah.
You had the
I'm a
card.
writer.
You just
I'm a writer. I
read.
started writing my own dialogue.
Oh my God.
Her and Alice used to have tea. They used to sip and
didn't even
talk
know each
about
other.
old times.
They go
Sure,
hard.
one was in 1937, one was in 1975, but it's fine.
Stop it.
Oprah came by occasionally, hung out with them. I'm schizophrenia. Anyway, 15 years later, Hurston died poor and was buried in an unmarked grave.
Look how you went to. Oh my gosh, she just did a performance, a spoken word of Zora Neale Hurston. Well, let's celebrate Zora Neale Hurston.
Let's celebrate
today.
her. Go read
Let
a
me
Zora
give
Neale
her
Hurston book.
lifespan was January 7th, 1891 to January 28th, 1960.
She lived a long time.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Zora Neale Hurston.
And you know who Zora Neale Hurston looks like? On this particular picture,
Me?
you can't say no. Well, who looks like her? Queen Latifah looks like Zora Neale Hurston.
Oh, I can see that.
Like, almost spot on.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
It's almost uncanny how much they look alike. So Queen Latifah might really be Zora Neale Hurston, like reincarnated.
Reincarnated.
Yeah. That might be why
She's
she's
not a
now
writer,
getting
though.
her. It doesn't matter. She is a writer. She's a storyteller. Doesn't matter. Storytellers are storytellers.
Oh, Queen
So
Latifah.
now Queen Latifah is getting Zora Neale Hurston's accolades. That's how I'm telling the story. Okay, so we're going to talk about our
Make
previously
that shit
recorded.
up.
Well,
Yes.
that's what I do.
Yes. So the topic today
What is the topic?
was
The hustle.
is the hustle. What was it called?
Hustling. I don't know. Hustling
No.
hard. I don't know.
What
Double
was
Dutch.
it?
Double Dutch.
Double- yes.
Double Dutch bus
Yes, the
coming
double
down the street.
Yeah, I do that in the podcast.
Oh,
You'll
do
see.
you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you do.
I almost
Okay.
sang
Oh, you
that
do.
song.
You do. I hope we edited that.
But it is nope. I hope we do not keep that into the. But listen, watch, listen, whatever you're doing.
We're not gonna talk about
and we're
the hustle?
and we talked about doing the double Dutch hustle, like when
Yes.
you're pursuing your career and your dream, but you're also over here working to take care of your family and pay the bills.
Every
Which
artist can almost
Every
understand that.
entrepreneur's done it. Every artist's done it. That's what we do.
That is what we do.
And
it's not easy.
I used to I waited tables for a long time. I was living in LA. I waited tables.
I
And
knocked off wedding dresses. I
knocked off. Oh, you were
I was I'm a
she's
seamstress.
a seamstress.
So I used to sew designer.
You're
I knocked
supposed to
off Vera
make me
Wang.
some shit. You have been promising me
I
a dress
know.
and a purse.
The
for
purse
about
is
2
almost
years.
started. I haven't started the dress. The purse has started. I just
The
haven't
dress
started.
was promised about 2 years
But I
ago.
never bought the fabric.
Anyway,
I make
double
her so
hustle.
much stuff. I make her movies.
Oh, I said you didn't make me shit. You
I
didn't
make her
me any
scripts.
clothes? Did you make me something?
No.
No. You keep promising. I don't think you sew that good. That's why you haven't made me.
Oh well, that's fine.
Um,
I'm okay with that.
So this podcast, yes, it's about the double Dutch hustling.
Yeah.
And yes, I used to waitress while I was pursuing acting, and like so many others, like everybody did that.
She's special.
And then I went to work at Benetton. Now I'm saying my age. Benetton. Y'all remember
colors
that
of Benetton.
I
never liked their clothing.
At the store. Oh, I used to. It was expensive.
It was expensive, and it was 2 seams, and it was blah, it was knits, and
it was
simple.
pretty simple.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like
girl.
it.
I like it. And a lot of sweaters.
I didn't like it
really,
for the price. I was
well.
2 seams and
but
a
it
hem.
was nice fabric. It was like thick stuff.
Whatever. Anyway,
It was well
the
put
time.
together. It can last forever.
Well, the stores.
Well, I worked
The stores
there.
didn't last forever.
Well, not forever. No, they didn't. But they were around for a long time. And anyway, I worked there, and I want to say I had been there for a week, and I got the Steve Harvey Show audition. And I ended up booking that show, and I gave them my 2 weeks notice after.
You stayed 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, I did.
She's so nice. Who books a gig being a lead on a sitcom?
It was my
after
first series ever.
ever.
Shit. Well, I had never. I
And then
didn't know.
gives a 2 week notice,
I
and then
did.
stays her 2 weeks.
I did. I gave my 2 weeks notice to Benetton.
Did you stay because you were like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get my last check," or did you stay because like, "Oh, I don't want to just
I
quit
think
on them"?
maybe it was a little bit of both.
Some people wouldn't
Because
have given a notice,
I
but you never know.
shit.
You never know
You
what
just
you have to
never-
go back to.
Right, you just never know. So
Right.
I did. I gave my 2 weeks notice
Okay.
at Benetton, and then now that has been my last job ever, outside of acting.
Oh.
That was
Oh,
my
wow.
last side hustle. Well, until recently, now I do a lot of little side hustles from being this independent film producer. Woo! Yes, I got little side hustles.
That's
Anyway.
funny. That was your last outside the industry side.
Yes, that was my last outside the industry side.
Yeah,
hustle.
that makes
That is true.
Okay.
That is true. So anyway, here. Did you want to say something before we go? Okay. Well, here you go. This is that podcast. Enjoy. Nina Holiday, Cas Seekers Beatles, Terri J. Vaughn, and today our special guest,
I feel like
and
Vanna White.
very special he is,
Yeah, he's all right.
Karon Joseph Riley, who happens to be my baby's daddy's. Oops.
Baby's
My baby's daddy.
Yep, she does have baby daddies.
Baby's daddy.
She got more than one.
She does.
I do.
She has
No,
more than
and that's going to be the next topic.
Baby daddies? Baby's daddies? I don't have baby's daddies.
No, but you also have
I
blended family.
do have a blended family. Blended family is
That's
a very
gonna be
good
the next
topic.
topic.
All right.
But this topic, this week on Angels Can't Help But Laugh podcast with Nina Holiday, Cas Seekers Beatles, and Terri J. Vaughn with special guest Karon Joseph Riley. The topic is
Relationships. No, the topic is not. Sorry. The topic is the double hustle. Double Dutch. The double Dutch hustle. That's kind of what we're calling it. But basically following your dream but still being able to keep the lights on. What the fuck does that look like?
and I want to give a shout out to our t-shirts today.
Once again.
But you have a big boy, right?
I have
you
an
have
Outcast.
Yep.
Classic.
Classic Outcast. And I am in homage to my husband here, hometown, and our cameraman, Marvell, Detroit. Because everyone knows I'm Cali, Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area girl. But I love these Detroit dudes, don't I? But enough of that. That is not
Enough
what
of
this
that.
podcast is
Right,
about.
that's podcast. It's not about Detroit men.
So,
The double
I'm just
hustle.
going to leave it there.
You know what? It's too much. So we are all dream chasers. We are all artists.
Yes.
We have homes that we have to keep lights on.
Yes.
We have kids that have activities.
Yes.
Extracurricular activities that
Yes.
just add up. And we've been doing this for a while and we've had success in doing it, but it is a grind. How do you do it successfully? How do you keep it up, stay encouraged, and not give up? Because everyone wants that quote about, and I'm horrible with trying to remember quotes.
You are.
I am, I'm the worst, but the people who give up, they give up right before it happens.
Don't know that quote.
It is, there's a quote that goes like that, but it's not
Karan,
like that.
he's
Karan,
a
do you know
good
that
quote.
Do you know that quote?
Remember her?
Well, I think she's more talking about the picture that you see on Instagram sometimes, where you see the guy digging for diamonds or something. And one guy walks away and he's an inch away
No,
from
this
getting
quote
there.
I knew way before they ever had Instagram, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
nothing to do with the picture.
Well,
It's not visual at all.
let's just go with just
I'm
say
a word
perseverance. It's just
Perseverance.
an overall adjective to describe what she's trying to get to. Perseverance. You gotta have perseverance.
I don't like the way he said that. I don't like the way he said trying to get to.
Because you were
As though I was never gonna get to
Well,
it.
Cassie didn't look like it.
Yeah, but
Didn't look like it.
you know what?
Good thing you're here to say.
I don't know about this special guest. I don't know about it yet. We're trying it out.
Good, try it out.
Okay, but talk to me about your hustle. About your hustle, Karon. Give us a little background
Oh
on
man, it never
who
stops.
you are.
It never stops. I had to make a decision. I told Terri about 3 or 4 years ago I had to make a decision. I was like, yo, I gotta decide if I'm gonna really make this acting a career. If I'm making a career, then I gotta be willing to do whatever and it takes to keep money coming in or whatever we gotta do. Terry's a lot further along in her career than I am, so she's a little bit more, focused.
Old?
No,
Are you trying to
focused.
say?
No, you're a little
okay.
bit more focused down the pipe of what you're doing as far as she's basically in the craft
Right.
in all facets at this point. She's directing,
I
producing.
don't think that I'm more focused than you are.
Well, no, yeah, you are. You have to be. I mean, you can't go work at Spondivis on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's for a lot of
But
reasons.
that's
That's only one reason.
No. That
It's
has
only
nothing, no, that has nothing to do with our focus. about
Yeah.
who's more, no, you are just as focused on your career as I am on mine, which is why you go to Spondivis so you can continue to do the career.
The word focus is actually
I'm telling you.
the topic.
No,
here.
what you're saying.
When you're talking to somebody who's did the 1% already. What I'm doing is split focus.
No. Because when I got started in acting,
You
as
did both.
focused as I was, I still had to make some money to live.
Right.
But I did that because I was so focused on my career. I didn't go start another career.
No.
I had to go to work.
Yeah, you
And-
But that's
the same thing you're doing.
The
Well,
sacrifice.
I'm
the
just
same
looking.
focus.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it saying you are more focused in the overall craft, like you're directing now, you're producing, you.
Well, I don't even think focus is
No,
the right
that's
word.
not
I
the
would
right
say
word.
established is the right word.
Well, that's the
because-
thing. To me, I think that's the length of she's been doing it for 20 plus years compared to my 8. So
You know
I'm
what?
at that stage
But
where
I
I gotta
still
be
think
able
it's-
to grind out and go.
No, this is the only.
This is beyond.
why I can't go
because
work
Terri is
at a
famous.
restaurant. I can't go work at a restaurant or at the shoe store
Right.
or the clothes store.
She
like
will
I
never
used
work
to
again
because
as an actor or director.
Ever.
Ever
Because
in life.
people will come in there
That's
and
what I
they'll be
said.
like, ooh,
And that's
but what
what I
does that
said.
have to do with me being focused or you being, that has nothing to do with focus.
Yeah, it's
That
like doing
has
fame.
to do with, like, damn, it's fucked up. I can't even go, like, if I couldn't make any money, what am I gonna do? I'm kind of stuck.
She's
Well,
stuck.
I can't
Well, here's
go
the
work
thing.
at
Here's the
mall
thing.
because it's gonna be a problem.
Here's the thing. You're never stuck.
You're gonna be on Instagram so
That's my thing.
quick.
But here's the thing. You're never stuck. I don't look at it as being stuck. I look at it as making your career is put it to a point where you made a decision and say, look, I'm not going back to do anything of that nature because it's just not a good look for me. But if you had to,
I still think
you could go
fame.
back if you
I
had
think
to.
fame because I put in the years that Terry's put in. We work as partners. However, I can go get a job at Starbucks because nobody really knows Cass,
Yeah,
and no
it's
one's gonna
different.
put me on Instagram because Cass is at Starbucks working. Now you'll hear the chatter around Atlanta like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Cass. She was writing movies. Now she's at Starbucks. What the fuck is that about? What's going on with Nina Holiday?" But globally, no one's gonna care. It's not gonna make headlines because I'm at Starbucks. But I think that your situation is a little different because there is the fame portion in that, and we all know that as someone with a name, if they start working quote unquote regular jobs, all of a sudden they've fallen off. We don't have sound?
No, I was
happening?
fiddling
No,
with
he's
something.
fiddling with that and I can hear it.
Stop fiddling, guest.
This is a no fiddle zone.
So I think that is the thing, but I do admire you as a mate and as a husband because again, outside of focus, it's like, okay, well, at the end of the day, lights have to stay on. And when I got into my marriage, and my husband is a poet, and he's a dreamer, and he always wanted to be artistic. However, his sacrifice was my wife is already down this path of her career, so I can't go down my path right now because somebody has to be the steady worker until her shit really blows up and takes off. And then he got to a place where he's like, I just can't do this anymore. So now I want to be an artist. Now I want to go full time. So we got to figure this whole thing out because now we've got 2 freelancers in a house. But it's like, at what point do you stop straddling the fence? Because it's very difficult to straddle the fence and work days and still try to audition and still write or still direct or whatever. Go be in the studio at night. I know a lot of music artists that stay in the studio all night long and then have to get up and work another job. So how do you keep going? And at what point do you say, well, fuck, it's not gonna happen for me? Or do you say it ever?
No, I don't think you ever say that. I mean, I don't think you ever say that. And
I mean,
you say
there are people who do.
well, yes, there are people that do give up, but this is not that. This is not this group of people here.
Yeah, definitely not this
That's
group.
my whole strategy.
So, what's your strategy?
Just keep going until everybody gives up.
So everybody else gives up.
Or enough people.
Yeah, you gotta outlast everybody.
Yeah.
That's the cameraman talking, by the way. Just so everyone knows that that's just not the voice of God.
And it's funny, I mean, you gotta keep your side gigs until you don't need your side gigs. That's it.
Right.
Side
That's just
gigs
it.
until you don't need your
I mean,
side gigs. My side gig is, we've got Nina Holiday, but my side gig really is, which I'm very blessed because it's still in my career, but it is writing. So I still write for other people. I still go and produce stuff for other people that's outside of Nina Holiday, and I consider those to be side gigs, and it's just still in the field that I'm in.
And that's what I said. That really was my initial statement of what I'm saying. Like, you guys are further along in your career, so now you have gotten to the point in your career where you can't go back because you have to hyper focus on where you're at this point. Like, I'm looking at it as like, cause I mean, shit is crazy. I get recognized in the restaurant 5-6 times a shift from what I'm doing.
Right.
More so than ever for football. So. Just the other day on a plane going to San Francisco. Somebody remembered me from football, which is rarely happens now, but it did. But see, my thing was, I remember when I left being the general manager. Terry's like, what do you think people gonna say about you going in and doing tables? I don't really give a damn. I never gave a damn about what people thought.
Right.
Because I know what my end game is. Like, you don't need to know my game plan. Like, my game plan is to be like on Good Morning America one day, shooting the shit with Michael Strahan, laughing about, how us footballers just continue to do what we're gonna do. Like, I will do that one day. Right. Don't know when, but it's coming eventually. It doesn't matter for me personally what people thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because, dude, my first job is father and husband. That's my first main job that I gotta secure. However I can secure it. That means doing tables, running a restaurant, taking my clothes off in the movie, selling drugs, whatever it takes. I will supply and be taking care of this crib, whatever it takes, because my first and most important job is husband and father.
No, he's selling drugs.
I do whatever it takes.
But I applaud you for doing whatever it takes, because this is my bestie, and I definitely want her and her household to be good. And in case ours isn't good, we might need a place to live. So yours got to be good so that we could move in with you.
I'm all cool with the big
community.
I'm all cool.
Oh, I'm all about the community.
I love community.
Yeah, cool. I wish you
I grew up. I had 20 people in my house all the time.
Story, but so what? How do you stay? I guess focus is the word, because it is challenging. I mean, it is challenging. My husband has to talk me off the roof and off the ledge like every week. Because you do put so much in, and then when it doesn't, you don't get the payout, you do feel like I'm a loser, or it hasn't happened, and people will look at your life on the outside, and I know people look at our lives and they're like, oh my God, you're writing, you got 7 books, and you got movies, and you got this. But I think because our aspirations were so high, because my expectations for myself are so high, I haven't reached them, and I'm just like, I'm a fucking loser, man. Like, I'm a loser. And I have those moments every week, like, what am I doing? This isn't right. And literally, Anthony sometimes has to pull up the IMDb, and he's just like, look, bitch, look at this. You're not a loser. And I'm like, I am a loser. Look at this. And I'm showing him our bank statement. You know what I mean? So it's like,
right.
Man, these two things don't add up.
It don't match, dog.
Right. It don't match. So what does that mean? So what's success? You know what I mean? Like, I've been able to make a living as though I've worked at a regular job doing what I was put here to do. I've been able to make a living writing. So in that way, it is a success.
Yes, it's very.
But if your
blessing.
aspirations are high and you want to be the Shonda Rhimes or the
That means you'll get there.
the whatever, the Michael Strahan, the Terri J. Vaughn, because you know you already made it. If you want to be this, whatever we put up on this pedestal, how do you keep going when you have kids and they have to eat and they have to this and
Well, for me personally, my pedestal had to adjust. I had to adjust my pedestal because there's choices to be made. Like, there's levels to everything. A few years ago, I was like, well, do I want to be Will Smith? No, because the price. Like, I know the price. I've been close enough to that level and different things that I do. Like, when I made it to the NFL, I had no relationships. No interpersonal relationships. I was at the highest level. Could even went further. Even that within that, it was like I was a working actor already in my mind as an NFL. I made it to that 1%. I was a working actor. Had a couple of series. Wasn't ever the main guy on the series, but I was on the motherfucking series. You know what I'm saying? So I recognized my life in the circles that it is. So I just feel like for me, it's just me redoing the circle over again. Just like I like in this stage of my career to be being in college. Like I'm in college. Got some potential, had a few good games. People saying he might better make it to the next level and be a really good player. That's where I'm at as an actor. And I'm cool with that because I know what the end result was the first time I was at that stage. You know, like I said, adjusting the pedestal. My pedestal for me now is I really just want to be able to take care of my family doing what I love to do. I just really want to.
That's it.
That's the main goal for me now. I don't need to do $20 million movies in the summer and do this and do that, because I know the price that comes with that.
Right.
Marriage probably won't last.
Right.
Won't see the kids.
Right. Home will be broken. I mean,
everybody
sacrifice. Not to say it may not, but not everybody. But
they're still married.
But how are they married?
It's well, that's the thing. It's like whatever your ideal marriage is. Like
for me,
it changes.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Like for me, for what I see as my ideal life and marriage, for me to be that, I can't be that.
I got you.
I know that about myself.
Because you know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The discipline, the commitment that will come with that part, I can't give nothing to Terri. I can't give nothing to Lola and Cal. I'm all about. It's all about me. Everything.
And the hoes that come with that too. It's just
like I always tell Terri, for me, but I'm past the stage in life where women or hoes motivate any of my moves.
Oh, good.
Let's just stay with women. Let's just call them women, guys. Cas.
Well, they are. I mean, you got.
I did start, but it's a difference.
But there's levels.
There are levels.
There's levels. You got hoes, you got women, you got bitches, you got sluts, you got all that.
You got
it all.
You got queens.
You got queens. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You gotta have the levels. But I'm way past the stage of anything motivating me for one.
The distractions. I would call it that. The distractions that come with that success are so great that it puts more pressure on a relationship.
But for me, my distraction for that level of success would not necessarily be that. It wouldn't be the woman's side of it. It'd just be me not being here.
Right.
Me not being here present. Emotionally, physically. I mean, I'm just you can't be that successful and be there.
Right.
You can't have both. That's why it's like, what does a man profit to gain the world and lose his soul? I'd rather have a little bit of the world and keep a little bit of my soul.
I saw this interesting interview with Toni Morrison.
I get a little bit.
Who I love. Toni Morrison. I saw this in this conversation with her, and she was having a conversation. I think it was with Oprah. And she basically talked about one of her sons who had died. And I love Toni Morrison as an author and a writer. And she said that she spent so much of her life in her fictional world writing that she never got to know her son. And it wasn't until he had died, and she was talking to her other son. And her other son was basically saying, you never really got to know us. Like, you never really spent time with us, and you didn't know who we were. And her afterthought was, I gave to the world. It's kind of like, as an artist, you're almost like a martyr. It's like I give what this gift of mine is to the world, and I give so much of it to the world that I don't have enough to give to my home and my family and my kids. And that's something I constantly banter and I constantly think about, because as a writer, I can't it's so hard for me to get out of my head. And I remember in the beginning of my marriage with my kids, and it was new, and I was just like, all these people in my space with all the people in my head, I don't like it. And I remember my husband saying one day, he was just like, hey, we need you here. And I was like, what? I'm here. He's like, no, you're not here. And I had to catch myself. And I remember whenever I'm so good at just blocking people out because I'm always creating, I'm always thinking. It's like I can't get out of that to be present, and I don't want to be that. Yeah. And I think that relates to, like, you get that top selling show, or we get this series, or whatever the case may be. It's like we have to give so much time to that, and you want to give time to that because you've worked 20 years to get to that place. But then that sacrifice of now we're here at this place, everything else is like kind of secondary, and I don't want that to be secondary. Right. So what is that balance? And if you're constantly dealing with that of not really wanting that, then will you ever get there?
Well, I really do feel like I have a full life, and I feel like that I've been really blessed to be able to give all of myself to all of it. When I'm I get to do work that I love to do. I've been able to be really blessed to be able to stretch myself even in this craft, taking on producing with you, and now directing, and still being able to act. I've been able to do that throughout my career. Could I be further along in my career had I not have kids, or had I not been present?
Right.
Yeah, probably so. But I love the balance that I've been able to create. I get to do that. But I also get to take some of those days, and those days, we both take them every once in a while, where we literally shut all that work shit down.
Yeah.
We shut it all down.
To.
And we're just
moms.
And we're just home.
Yeah.
And we're just doing all, and we do take days every once in a while when we do that, but we also take hours every day. There's a couple of hours every day.
You don't mind when I'm driving Kennesaw to gymnastics,
where it's all about the home.
Yeah.
We're really blessed that we get to do that, because we do have very supportive husbands.
I agree.
Which helps, because as mothers, we deal with that guilt stuff about being gone, and about not being focused and attentive to our kids.
Right.
And we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to. I do. It's like
you do.
I'm
you
trying
definitely
to
do
cook.
more than I do.
I want to make sure, no, they need vegetables and chicken, and I'm trying to make no pizza tonight.
I do that. Definitely with food and.
Yeah. So we put all this pressure on ourselves, but it's nice to have men that it's cool. I got
Shout
you
out to
tonight.
Anthony Beatles. He is not here with us tonight because he's where?
But he will
home holding it down.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody's got to be home with the kids.
It's so I feel like I have a successful life. The only thing I need now is the money to catch up with my work.
Right.
Because the work is already put in the pot.
Right.
And the money is just coming. It's coming.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, longer you just got to keep that balance. I mean, I always like to say bird's eye view. No matter how, if I ain't booked nothing in a couple months, you look up and say, man, I still got a blessed life. I'm still able to work, do what I got to do, whatever I need to do. Like, I'm a firm believer. I'm going to be successful, whatever I choose to do. If I just go here 100% and whatever I do, I'm going to do it. I'm just blessed enough to be able to do something 50% well, 50% well another. Until the one pops to where
Superman does. Superman is super.
That's right. That's what I do. So I'm just, like you said, balanced until it don't have to be balanced anymore. And then I always, rely on just the universe, God, just knowing it's all in His timing.
That's right.
I know that my career will get to a point where I will get busy for a minute, and I'm gonna take that moment, and I'm enjoy it, and I'm gonna go with it. But at the end of the day, I've adjusted, like you said, I adjusted my pedestal. I've adjusted what makes me happy. I know what makes me happy. I'm cool with very limited things. I just need a couple things covered, and I'm good.
Well, thank you, Mr. Riley.
Yeah.
Our guest star. We're it. That's it. I think we've covered that. Again, we'd love to hear comments. type them, we won't hear them because this isn't live, but
It's not. You cannot call in. We cannot say caller. You're on the line. We're not
we
doing that.
can't.
Not yet.
We're not
Not
doing that on
yet.
our
Not yet.
podcast.
It can get there.
But you
can.
definitely can write your comments,
Comments.
and one of us will respond. Probably Cass.
Definitely
She's the
not.
writer.
Terry's probably respond.
Yes. That
Terry,
absolutely.
she's
Because
gonna
although I'm the
respond.
writer, she's the one who cares.
Yeah, she definitely cares.
She cares. I promise she cares.
She's like me. We don't care that much. And I
Yes.
fight. That's why I said
I
fight
married
my
a man
battles.
that is just like my business partner.
Yeah.
And I married a man that is just like my business partner.
Right.
Because that's
And I
how
fight,
it works.
And I fight to care. I've been trying not to care
I'm
more.
the same way, but when I say
if
my
I just
husband
restart being-
cares,
yeah.
he loves the world. He wants
Oh my God.
he just wants
Sick
everyone
of
to be
it.
happy.
Yeah.
He's all socially, politically correct, and I am none of those
I mean,
things.
yeah.
I will comment if there's some shit that I really am like, oh, blah blah blah. But other than that, I'm very intrigued by your comments because that's how my mind works. I'm like, oh, they said this, oh, they said that. But the key is other people will comment, and it creates a dialogue, and that's the purpose. It's a community. The leaders of the community don't have to comment.
So, again, what was the topic or what was the title? Something
The
to hustle.
topic was the double Dutch hustle.
The double Dutch hustle.
Double Dutch butts.
So how do you guys do
Do you
your?
remember that song?
I
Double
do.
Dutch
That was
butts?
one of my favorite songs ever.
Oh, really?
Oh, I used to sing
Somebody
it so
should
loud.
used to- somebody
The
used to
double
make
Dutch
that
bus
up.
coming
Who sang
down
it?
the
Who sang
street, moving pretty fast. You gotta shuffle your.
I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money. I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a